Hello, my name is Pat McGinnis, and I'm the Executive Director of California Advocates for Nursing Home Reform, an organization we call CANHR. 35 years ago, along with several other dedicated advocates, I started California Advocates for Nursing Home Reform, originally Bay Area Advocates for Nursing Home Reform, with the goal, very simple, of changing the way that we provide nursing home care in California. We soon learned that you really can't deal with nursing home issues in a vacuum. We had to deal with many of the problems that consumers face trying to get access to affordable and accessible and decent care, whether at home or out-of-home care. The issues that CANHR deals with now far exceed just simple nursing home issues. Through education, outreach, litigation, and legislation, CANHR's done a lot in the last 35 years, and we certainly have a long way to go. I wish I could say our work is done, but it doesn't seem to end. I can say that as long as long-term care consumers continue to suffer neglect and abuse, as long as there continue to be barriers to affordable and accessible alternatives to institutionalization, and as long as our elders continue to be denied the services they so desperately need, we're going to be here and we'll continue our advocacy. Thank you.
I can say without a doubt that CANHR is single-handedly responsible for fixing the laws in the state of California for the rights of the elderly. And I can also say with complete confidence that CANHR has saved thousands and thousands of lives. And there's not that many people or nonprofits or organizations that can say that. I'll also say that CANHR is one of the few organizations in the country that knows what the problems are in long-term care facilities and actually has ideas on how to fix it. They are the leaders really in the United States on what are we doing wrong and how do we fix it. It's really hard to do this work, I think, because we're all out there feeling like we're alone, but CANHR brings us together, and I think all of us who are practicing in this area really, really appreciate that. So I can't even express how grateful I am to CANHR and how much CANHR and everyone there has made a difference in improving the lives of seniors in the state of California. So, thank you.
My name is C.L. Seibert. I am a longtime resident of Oakland, California. I am currently one of the ministers at the Union Baptist Church. My wife, Vera, she was taken to the Washington Care Center. She was experiencing falls. Her physical problems began to increase. The Washington Care Center required a payment of $18,000 monthly for her ongoing care. I applied for Medi-Cal, and we were denied from what small amounts we had in the bank and charging the ultimate amounts on our credit cards. Were able to provide the $18,000. We could not afford that amount beyond that 1 month. My last resort, I contacted CANHR, specifically one young lady, Julie Pollock. Julie was instrumental in acquiring the needed and necessary Medi-Cal coverage. We were reimbursed the $18,000. We would have been in a very dire situation.
My name is Lydia Gugich, and I'm the daughter of Celia Christian, and I'm pleased to be able to tell you the wonderful things that CANHR did to help us. My mother got very ill. She went to the hospital for several days, and then they sent her to a nursing home for rehab. They said that she wasn't qualified to be in a skilled nursing and they don't have a bed for her. You need to leave. Someone had told me to call CANHR. So I called up and I got Mike. I was talking to Mike about it, and he said, "Is she in a bed now?" And I said, "Yes." And he says, "Then they have a bed for her." That night, Mike called and introduced me to Tony. He heard it and he says, "I think we can do something about this." We got a hearing set up, and he told me that I would need her medical records because we had to prove that their analysis was improper. And while Tony was prepping me for the hearing, he said, "When this is all over, we're going to have a talk about the drugs your mother's on because they are very serious drugs. She shouldn't be on any of them." Mother was unable to talk. She was unable to exercise. She was pretty much a zombie. I thought she was dying. We started that when she was 91. Over the last 3 years, got her off everything, and she has blossomed. She is painting for the first time, beautiful paintings. She talks about the wonderful travels we did together that she remembers now. She remembers her grandchildren that she had forgotten their faces. Tony and Mike, they just taught me so much, and they were so patient. It's so unique to find people that care, people that want to help you, and that don't get impatient. I was so ignorant of everything. I had no idea that CANHR even existed.